Guys, I have had enough of our kitchen. I'm grateful for it, don't get me wrong, but look at it. It's so small. We're not really utilizing the space as best as we could be. Things aren't organized the best way they could be, and some of our appliances could definitely use an upgrade. So today is the day we start.
Kind of just feels like is absolutely everywhere.
Well, actually, that is a lie because it is June 16th and some of this stuff has already been done. So we will be time traveling a little bit throughout this video. But let's start first with the coffee machine. Guys, I filmed a whole rant about our old pod coffee machine, us finding a new coffee machine, us picking it up, setting it up, all of that kind of stuff, and lost the footage. I have absolutely no idea how I managed to do that, but it's okay. We can do a little recreation here. This is the old coffee machine we had. We honestly had this for just over 3 years. It's a pod machine from Aldi. It worked fine, but it could only use Aldi pods, which honestly aren't the best. Also, a pod machine isn't really the best environmentally. Like, we had to use single-use pods, and we really didn't like doing that. We tried to use a reusable pod, and our machine absolutely hated it. It was like Aldi or nothing, babes. Don't try and change things up around here. Also, on top of that, Cal has always wanted to have a nice coffee machine. He really enjoys the process of making a coffee, grinding the beans, putting the little thingy in the machine. So we decided that it was time for an upgrade. Oh my god, it's so heavy. I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to pick this up. It is so heavy, but this is the machine that we got. I'll have it linked below. I'll have everything that I can find in this video linked below for you guys. But this is her. She is stunning. I love her so much. We have obviously used it. But basically we had to find a coffee machine that would fit in the same spot as the pod machine, which was really challenging, but we found this one. We were like, oh my god, it's gonna fit perfectly. Like, I think it was to the centimeter that it fit. It was meant to fit in theory, but I'm not sure if you can really see properly on camera, but it fits in the spot. Like, the feet of the machine are sitting on the bench, but it doesn't fit width-wise. Like, it's kind of sitting on the stovetop, which we did not think was going to happen, but we found, where did I put it? Oh, I think I put it on the ground. Classic. We found this chopping board at Kmart, which fits into the spot and sits high enough that the coffee machine can sit on top of it. And rather than hit the stovetop, it sits above it. I hope that makes sense. But basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretend to set her up, even though she has been set up since January. I don't care. As you can tell, I'm still not over the fact that I lost this footage. And also, I can show you what I mean with this chopping board situation, because I feel like I don't know if I explained it very well. Do you see what I mean? It props it up so that it sits higher than the stovetop. And I honestly think it looks so nice. I love it so much. I kind of look like a 10-year-old boy right now. I was not planning on filming today, but today is a very exciting day because, guys, we have gotten a new fridge. As you can see, it's literally blocking the entire walkway. But for the last 3 years of living in this apartment, this has been the fridge that we have. I'm not sure if you can tell on camera, but it is small. It is so small. Anytime we go grocery shopping, we can barely fit everything in there. And then if people want to come over and bring drinks, they can't because there's nowhere to put them in the fridge. And we've been talking about getting a new fridge ever since that one arrived, and we've finally done it. So my plan right now is I'm going to get this fridge out. Well, Cal's gonna help me get it out. I need to take all of the stuff around it out. You can see we have our shopping trolley. We have a bunch of medical stuff on top of the fridge. I need to get all of that stuff out so then we can move that fridge out and put the new one in. I know this probably makes me sound 45 years old, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited to not have to stress about fitting stuff in a fridge and having to play Tetris every time we grocery shop or people come over because there's just no room. this cupboard drives me absolutely crazy. Okay, let me open it up for you. It's basically just this long, skinny cupboard. I honestly don't mind all of our bedding being up here. I'm fine with that. It's this area down here that drives me crazy. This bin, look how tiny she is. She can basically hold 2 things before we have to take the trash out. I also don't know if this makes sense, but having this bin specifically, makes me feel like a kid. It just looks like a kid's bin. It doesn't look like a bin that a 28-year-old adult living in an apartment paying her rent should have. Do you know what I mean? Comment below if you know what I mean. Also, these bags fell down. We used to have a hook up here where we hung our tote bags, but she fell. And then we keep our shopping cart back here. Honestly, I'm completely fine with that. We don't really have another spot where we could put this. I think this is actually a pretty good spot for it as well. And I'll definitely hang the tote bags back up here. The thing that we need to change, that we need to fix, is this bin. To be completely honest, the reason that we haven't changed it, even though we've been here for like over 3 years at this point, is because it is so hard to find a bin that will fit into this spot. You wouldn't think that's the case, but it's actually really hard to find something that matches these dimensions, especially because of these hinges here. Every time we've gone to Kmart or Big W and just kind of like had a quick look to see if one would fit, it's always like a couple of centimeters too big. It's so annoying. So I think we need to do a little trip to Bunnings and see what we can find. There's one online I found that should fit if the bottom of the bin gets skinnier. I've worked this out right, because the bottom of the bin is skinnier than the top of the bin. The top of the bin will fit in this bit here. Also, I'm saying I've done this. Cal has done all of this research. I found the bin. He did the measurements. But basically the one we found, it will fit this way perfectly. We're just worried that when it gets to this spot, it won't fit because this sticks out. But the bin gets thinner as it goes down. So we just need to go into the store and measure it. We can't actually use the website measurements. I hope that makes sense. So let's go to Bunnings and see if we can find this bin, if they have it in stock, and if it will fit. Fingers crossed. I'm like praying and begging that we can find something that will fit, because she's gotta go. Okay guys, I have the bin, and according to Cal's measurements, I should say our measurements, I shouldn't put him on the spot. According to our measurements that we did in the store and also of the cupboard before we went, this should fit. It should fit. It might have to squeeze a little bit in. Also, I think it's meant to be put in this way, and then the flap goes like that, but we're gonna have to put it in this way, which hopefully will be okay. I'm not sure if that might be kind of annoying because it'll go to the side, but honestly, anything is better than the current bin that we have. So guys, this is the moment, moment of truth. It's also meant to fit with the shopping cart in there as well. Why am I actually a little bit scared? Also, it's so dirty down there. I should probably wipe it, but I need to know if this fits or not. Guys, it fits. I feel like I don't even have words right now. This is making me so happy. Like, wait, we need to test closing the cupboard. I truly don't have words. I mean, I probably do have words, but I just like, I am so happy. I'm so excited to get rid of that old, small, little crusty, dusty bin. Is it normal to be this excited over a bin? I've just wanted this so bad. Ever since we moved in, I've been like, can we please find a bin that would fit there? It just hasn't been like top priority. Life is good. This is so satisfying. Oh, she fits perfectly. And I don't think it'll be too much of a problem with it going to the side. Oh, guys, this is so satisfying. It honestly fits perfectly. There's even more space than I thought there would be between the hinge and the bin. Oh, this is so good. Now we just need to hang the tote bags back up, and then this cupboard is done. Okay, this is the part that I am potentially most excited about. We are going to organize this pantry. I personally don't think it's that bad, but I want this level of organization going on down here. This shelf is the worst. I feel like we always just throw things in here. I don't even know what's in here. Like, I have a rough idea, but I don't know exactly what we have in terms of quantities because it's just thrown in here. And if it was organized like one of these two shelves, it would be so much better. I feel like on the surface, this one doesn't look that bad, but it still could be a lot better. The problem I think we have is that these shelves shelves are quite deep. Like our pantry is quite deep, so it's so easy to have things organized up the front, but as time goes on, things just get pushed to the back. I just think there's so much space, but we're just not utilizing it the best that we can, especially since we have to keep not only all of our food in here, but also all of our containers and all this stuff down here. So I think the first step is to measure these shelves, like the height and depth of these shelves, and order some organization things. I don't know what you call them, but more of these sort of things, you know what I mean? Like I know the vibe of what I want to order, but I don't know the exact measurements, and I don't want to waste my time just like ordering something off Amazon or Kmart, it coming and then it not fitting, or it fitting but then I'm still having all of this space. Like I really want to make the most of my space. So first step, let's measure the width, the height and the depth of all of these shelves. Then we can do the fun part, which is ordering online all of the organization things. This box all the way from the post office to this apartment. It is like 6 blocks. This is so heavy. This is all of the kitchen organization stuff that I ordered off of Kmart. I literally was sweating so much carrying this home. My arms were dying. I literally was sore for days after carrying it. But let's do a little unboxing haul of all the stuff that I got for the kitchen. I feel like there's an unnecessary amount of paper in here. Like this is ridiculous. Also, I could have put a nice background on the TV, but I'm just not. I just don't have it in me today. I'm sorry. Anyway, haul time. Okay, first up we have this clear turntable. I'm gonna put all of our spices on here. I feel like this is gonna be the best way to store the spices so they're easy to get. We can just spin this around when we need to get to the ones we need. So I'm very excited about this. Oh, I can't even like pick these up at the same time. I got 2 of these 10-piece dry food storage sets. These aren't the most aesthetically pleasing storage containers. They have this darker lid. I would have loved for them to have like a white lid or a clear lid, something a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, but we already have a set of these and they fit perfectly in the pantry, and I don't want to waste the ones that we already have. So we did get 2 more sets of these because we want to store all of our rice and grains and muesli and all that stuff, and I feel like 2 might have been a little bit excessive. We did do a breakdown of how many we needed, but we did that like a month ago, so I guess this is right. It just feels like a lot. Like 2 of these on top of the one that we already have feels like a lot right now, but I guess past Beth figured that out. And then we just have a bunch of these plastic, I think they're acrylic? No, they're plastic. Is plastic and acrylic the same thing? I have no idea. But I got a bunch of these storage tubs. Some of these are for in the pantry and then the others are for above the fridge and under the sink. So I can't remember which size is for which, but past Beth figured this out. And by past Beth, I mean past Cal. Let's be so real. He did all of the, well, I measured everything and then I got him to re-measure everything because I didn't trust myself. And he's a designer. This is like his world. You know what I mean? No, it's not my world. But we got a bunch of different sizes. So there was 4 of those ones, 3 of these ones, and then 7 of these ones. So that is everything that we got from Kmart. I'm so excited to organize everything. Oh, I did get a couple of other things off of Amazon. Let me show you. Well, first of all, this was a complete fail. I got this ice tray. I can't be bothered trying to explain it. My brain is not working this morning, but it was cracked. So I sent it back. Also, the little circles in the tray were a bit too small. I wanted them bigger. So I returned it, got a new one, somehow only ordered the trays, not the container and the scoop. I don't know how I did that. I truly don't know. I think I saw this and was like, oh my god, it's so much cheaper than all the other options. Like, I'll just get this one. The reason it was cheaper is because it doesn't have the container and scoop. So I need to send this back. But in theory, we have this and it's gonna be perfect and it's gonna be amazing. I messed up. 3rd time's a charm, right? And then the last thing we got, this is so random, but we really need all the bench space we can get because as you've seen, our kitchen is so small. So I found this paper towel holder that's suction capped onto the wall. I don't really know if there's any point getting it out of the box. I'll show you anyway. It looks like this. And you can either drill it into the wall or you can suction cap it. Thank God we can suction cap because we can't drill into whatever the kitchen is made out of. But this goes on the wall, the paper towel goes on here. I honestly feel like this is one of those things that that's gonna save more space than you'd think, because our kitchen is just so small. Literally every bit of space counts. So this is really showing that I'm 28 years old, because I'm genuinely so excited for this. Anyway, thank you for coming to my haul. Now it is time to organize all of those areas in the kitchen with all of this stuff. I feel like this is going to be so satisfying. Like once this is done, I'm gonna feel like a brand new bitch. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel very overwhelmed. I've actually been putting off doing this probably for about 3 weeks now. I think I've had all of that stuff from Kmart for 3 weeks. It's just been sitting behind my little desk area, because I feel like organizing these cupboards, especially like the pantry, is one of those tasks where it's gonna take a lot of time. And you know, when you're a kid or even a teenager or an adult and you start a task, you're like, okay, that's it, I'm gonna rearrange my room, new me. You get halfway through and you're like, I wish I didn't start this, but now everything's absolutely everywhere and you have to finish it. I'm worried that's gonna happen to me, but today is the day. It is 10 past 12. I made myself a little protein coffee. I already had a matcha this morning, so I'm fueled up. The caffeine is caffeining, and I'm giving myself the rest of today to organize the pantry, organize under the sink, on top of the fridge, and even maybe possibly potentially wiping down inside the cupboards and drawers. We have some cupboards up here that have all of our glasses and stuff in them, and then the drawers that are just to my left here next to the oven have our plates, our pots, our pans, and the top one has our cutlery. And oh my god, we have never wiped them down. I'm not gonna lie, there's not like too much food in there or anything, but they could definitely use a wipe down, so hopefully I'll get to that. But the main thing we're gonna focus on right now is the pantry, underneath the sink, and on top of the fridge. I think I'm gonna do underneath the sink first, because that seems like the easiest one. Then I'll tackle on top of the fridge, and then we'll deal with the pantry together. I feel like she's gonna be a tough one. I reckon we just get everything out of the cupboard, put it on the ground, and then organize it into the tubs that I got. I think that's gonna be the best way to approach this. Whoops. This IKEA bag is where we keep our recycling. We don't really have a better spot where we can put it, so this is gonna stay the same. Also, yes, I need to vacuum, but I'm just gonna wait until we finish this process, because I feel like the ground's gonna get dirtier, so just ignore that. But these are the 3 containers that I'm gonna use for under the sink. These are gonna go in here. So let's put all of this stuff into here and then into the cupboard. The way all of those products fit perfectly into these 3 containers is so satisfying. Like, this is genuinely making me so happy. Stop it. Oh my god, it looks so good. I fear how excited I am over this is showing my age, but this looks so perfect, and I can see everything that we have. And if I need to get to that tub that's at the back with all of the like floor cleaning and bleach and all that kind of stuff, I can just pull this container out and slide that one forward. Stop! Oh my god, this is making me so happy. This is actually giving me motivation. I was gonna say it's giving me energy, but I think it's the caffeine that's giving me energy. But this is motivating me to do on top of the fridge and this pantry now, because I'm so happy with this. We honestly keep the most random shit up here. There's all of our medical stuff, which makes sense to me. In my head, in theory, there's only medical stuff up here, but apparently there's also our passport, some candles, and a bubble machine. So there's really just anything and everything up here. COVID test check. It's so you can't even tell if it's positive or negative. Okay, I've gone through everything and organized it into these 4 tubs. So we have medical stuff in these 2, hooks, the sewing stuff, and a bunch of Allen keys, and honestly, screws and stuff that I don't really know what are for, but I don't want to throw out. That's in this tub, and then this tub is all of our party stuff. And then honestly, I don't know what to do with this bubble machine. Maybe I'll just put it behind this tub. The way this fits perfectly is insane. Is it normal for this to make me so happy? Like, this is so satisfying. You know what? I think in another lifetime, like in a parallel universe, I am a professional organizer, because time is flying by. It's already 1:45, but I'm having the time of my life. Like, I'm not hating it at all. I'm actually finding this so fun. Oh, look at that. I can easily see what I have. I know what's in every single tub. I genuinely can't think of another word apart from satisfying, and I feel like I've said that so many times. But now it is officially time to tackle the pantry. I know I'm gonna love doing it. I know I'm gonna find it satisfying, but yeah, she's gonna be a bit of a mission because
This is what she currently looks like. This is absolute chaos right now.
Okay guys, update time. It is 3:50 p.m. I am sweating so badly. I definitely shouldn't have worn a long sleeve shirt, but now I feel like I've come so far. I don't want to get changed. As I say that out loud, I'm like, that is literally so stupid. Also, I had to change to my Bose headphones because my Apple ones were on the verge of dying. I've just been listening to Jack White's new album on repeat. It is so good. And his concert tickets go on sale tomorrow. By the time this is up, that will have been done. And hopefully I will have got them. But anyway, this is where I'm at.
It kind of just feels like is absolutely everywhere.
But I am making progress. So basically, I've taken out everything and wiped down these top 4 shelves. I don't know if I've shown you this. I think I might have, but to be honest, I always forget what I have and haven't shown you. But Cal and I made this design of what the cupboard is gonna look like. I'll put it up on the screen. But basically, I'm just gonna work on the first 4 shelves because the bottom 2 are just trays and containers. Well, that's the bottom one. And then the second bottom one is trays and protein powder. And then those little things to the side are like our blender cups and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna focus on the actual food of it all, which is the top 4 shelves. I think what I'm gonna do, annoyingly, and I should have thought of this, I need to wash the new containers that I got before I can put the food in them. I don't know why I didn't think to do that, especially because I told you guys I've had these containers for like a month sitting behind my desk. And I could hand wash them, I could, but I'm not going to. The dishwasher will clean them better anyway. So I think what I'm gonna do first is put all of the trays and containers in their spot in the pantry just to make sure everything fits, because we are going off our own measurements. Like, we don't know if these things are gonna fit or not. And then once I know that the trays and containers can fit, I'll start putting the stuff in the trays and containers. I guess I'll just have to switch over the food that goes in new containers or put the food in the new containers. I'm sure you know what I mean. I'll just have to do that later because I haven't washed the containers. I am kind of in the middle of 1, wanting to just stop, and 2, wanting to get everything done. It's like this weird thing going on in my brain. I do think I could probably smash out the spices though and just get them on the spice rack. I don't think I really need to make sure that fits. I'm just gonna, I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. We got this, besties. Okay, everything fits on the first shelf. Hopefully this continues on for the rest of them. On our diagram, it says we're meant to have 4 containers going across here, but we only have 3. I don't know, I'm just gonna leave this for now. There's also meant to be 5 here, but we only have 4? Not really sure what happened there. I guess I just didn't order enough trays. I guess I can just go and get more if I need, but let's start trying to put the food into the containers and trays. I promise you I'm excited. I'm just a little bit over it. This looks so stupid right now because there's only what feels like 10 grains of rice, but usually this would be full.
Hello.
Oh my god, it fits perfectly. Wait, that's so satisfying. Guys, we don't have any paper towel left, so we've just put a roll of toilet paper on this paper towel holder to try and get an idea of what it's gonna look like and how much space we need to leave above it. But I feel like the toilet paper is like half the height of what the paper towel would be, right?
I don't know if those big ones will fit this way, but it can't go any further out from the wall though, you know what I mean? Because it has to be able to fit in that space, you know what I mean? Because that's the biggest it can go.
Okay, I think we just do what we do and the paper towel can work around us.
That is true. We do what we do.
We do what we do. The paper towel can work around us. We don't need to buy the big Costco vibe one. ASMR. I made a big fuss about not getting the stupid big paper towel, and that's what I accidentally ordered. So, let's see if it fits on the holder. Wait, it fits.
It fits.
I love it. Never doubt yourself. Turns out I have no spatial awareness. Guys, I am honestly so happy with how this kitchen makeover has turned out. It's crazy how something as simple as rearranging and organizing can make such a huge impact on how a space feels. The kitchen feels like it's got a proper flow now, and honestly every section just makes sense. I am so obsessed, especially with the pantry and fridge. There's so much more space and I can actually see everything that we own, which makes such a huge difference for staying organized and honestly just knowing everything that we have. This has already started impacting my day-to-day life in such a positive way. There are still a few tweaks I want to make, especially when it comes to making things even more aesthetically pleasing, I'm not gonna lie. I have a few ideas for adding some more personality with decor, but honestly I'm just so happy with where it's at right now, and I figured it was literally about time to wrap this video up. Honestly guys, if you're thinking of tackling your own kitchen or just doing a little refresh, I highly recommend going through what you already have and doing a good declutter. You'll be surprised at how much stuff you've been holding onto that you don't even use anymore. Plus it just feels so good to have a clean, organized space. I really hope this video helped give you guys some inspiration, whether you're planning on doing a full kitchen makeover or just making a few small changes to improve your space. It doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. You can just take it step by step. But thank you guys so much for watching it to this point of the video. If you've watched it this far, comment below any sort of kitchen emoji. One isn't coming to mind right now, so I'll let you guys decide. Also, if you've watched this far and you haven't subscribed, you should definitely subscribe because we're basically best friends at this point. I love you guys so much and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye!